My name's Nicole and I am currently working on the second draft of a romance novel that I started back in NaNoWriMo in 2022. I'm currently doing Camp NaNoWriMo in an attempt to finish my second draft, and honestly this past week has not gone well for me. I did manage to get my manuscript past the 60,000 word mark, which is a huge accomplishment, but I am definitely falling behind on my Camp NaNoWriMo goals. I am currently sitting at just about 16,000 words out of 30,000 words, and I only have this week left and then 2 more days and that's it. So this week, even though I'm very busy with work and it's a very stressful time there, I really want to push through and try to get myself to at least the 25,000 word mark by the end of this week. Today is Saturday. I'm going to be going out with a friend for a little bit today. Maybe I'll be able to get in a little bit of writing time in this afternoon, and then I'm going out for dinner with my parents later this evening. So a busy day overall, but I still want to try and squeeze some more writing in. And yeah, that's the update from me so far. I'm gonna go out now and I will see you in a little bit for some writing.
Behind the scenes. Thank you for your commitment.
Hello and happy Sunday. This morning I managed to edit about 2,700 words, close to 3,000 words, which was nice. It was nice to kind of get back into it, and this whole day I've been trying to get myself to sit down and write, but it's just been a busy Sunday for me here, and me trying to also manage getting in some rest, tackling lots of chores. And then now suddenly it's already almost 7 p.m. and we're about to eat dinner. So if I can, I'm going to squeeze in a little writing session later. I did have a check-in call with my NaNoWriMo friend this afternoon, and we're still on the same page. We both agree that we don't know what it is, but for some reason we are having a lot of trouble finding the time to work during Camp NaNoWriMo. I think in general, life is just way more busy during this time, during this month. I know all the stuff that's been happening with my workplace kind of came out of the blue, and a lot of my focus has been on that. And then aside from that, I've had lots of friends coming back into town, trying to make time to visit with them. I'm not trying to make excuses because I know this is supposed to be a challenge and I'm supposed to be working hard on it, and I am putting in as much time I feel like I comfortably can, but I think this is definitely more a realistic view of this kind of challenge. I feel like November was a very sleepy month. There wasn't too much going on for me, like outside of work and life, so I was able to really focus. But yeah, I'm finding more of a struggle during this time, but like I said, this is our final week of Camp NaNoWriMo, at least final week, and then there's those 2 extra days. So I'm still gonna do as much as I possibly can to, at the very least, make it to the final word goal. Whether or not I completely finish my second draft, that's up in the air, but I'm trying not to pressure myself too much and just trying to reach this word count and make it to the end. So I will catch up with you later. It is Thursday morning. Unfortunately, I just haven't been writing or editing these past couple of days. The work stuff has continued to be busy, and when I have had time, I've just been working on the video that's gonna go up this week of my last week's Camp NaNoWriMo vlog, and it's been a bit of a struggle with my newly upgraded editing software. There are some glitches and errors that are happening that I've just been trying to navigate, so that's been a frustration on top of things. And through editing my last week's video, it was a good reminder of the mindset I should be keeping going into this. I know I haven't been writing for the past couple of days, and I'm tempted to be really down about that and not want to continue on, but you know, there's only today, tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, so that's 4 days left in this challenge to make it all happen. So let's see where I'm at for my current word count. I am at 19,029 words out of 30,000 words, which means I have about 11,000 words to make up for the rest of this challenge. I think I can do it if I can really put the time into it. Now that my video is done for this week, I don't have to worry about that. And outside of work, I'm going to try and muster up the creative energy to write and to get this challenge done, whether it's writing or editing. I got this email from Camp NaNoWriMo as an update talking all about how no words are wasted, that everything I'm writing, even if it's not going to be part of my final draft, is considered practice, and I should really remember that, and I shouldn't get so caught up in the little bits of editing I'm doing trying to make everything perfect, because who knows, this is only my second draft and maybe things will change. So they do have a writing challenge attached to the email, and it says to set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes and write without pressing backspace. Oh, and it says keep your eyes closed if you think you can pull it off, and to resist the urge to fix typos. So I basically only have 10 minutes before I need to run out and go to work. So I'm gonna try and do this challenge, ease myself back in. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes, start my timer, and get to writing. The 10 minutes are up and I feel like that was really productive. I couldn't stay away from the backspace key. It's just like a knee-jerk reaction. Even though my eyes were closed, I knew if I mistyped a character, I just immediately hit backspace. But that's okay. I think the idea is to not just like go back and delete a sentence you just wrote, so I just kept flowing with it. There are a lot of typos, but I'm surprised at how much I was able to get out in just those 10 minutes, and mostly keeping my eyes closed. It was kind of fun. It's like I was only focusing on the scene that was in my head instead of like looking at what words were coming out and everything around me. So I felt like that was really productive. I wrote 642 words. I mean, I'm sure a couple of those are typos or randomly typed words, but that's okay. That was nice. I was feeling really hesitant to go and write and jump back into this because I feel like 11,000 words is a very daunting task in just a couple of days, but hey, I am one step closer to reaching that goal, and I think I'm satisfied with what I wrote for today. I was able to finish off a chapter, so that's great. I need to go and rush out the door now to work, but I will check in with you later. It is Saturday night, and after doing a little bit of writing yesterday morning, I have about 10,100 words left to go to my 30,000 word mark. So I am cozied up on my couch with my laptop, and I am just going to sit here and write as much as I can. I want to rewrite one of the chapters. I've already written the chapter where the grand romantic gesture happened. When I wrote this back in NaNoWriMo, I was really debating between going in two directions for this grand gesture. There was one that I had always imagined the way things would play out, and then there was another that was kind of more realistic and fit in with what was happening in that moment in time. And as I've been working on my second draft and kind of going through all the chapters so far, I realized that, you know what, why not just go out there, even if it's not super realistic in terms of timing and what's happening in the novel. Do it the way I had always imagined it, so I'm at least going to rewrite the chapter in the way I originally imagined it. Whether or not I keep it that way, I will see later, but that's what I'm gonna get up to tonight. It is much later now. It is like 11:30. I'm hoping you can hear me. I'm trying to be quiet because my husband has already gone to bed. I was just on a roll here watching the Taylor Swift kind of documentary concert and writing. So I did manage to do the big rewrite of the chapter I wanted to do, and at the same time I was kind of going back and forth, editing the previous version of it that I had already written. Then from there, I just went on to do a bit more editing, and I started writing another chapter I want to add to my manuscript. So a lot has been done, which feels good, but also I'm sleepy and my thoughts aren't perfectly straight. But to summarize, I am now up to a total of about 27,000 words out of 30,000, which means I have just under 3,000 words left to go. So I think for tomorrow I'm going to finish off writing that chapter, probably do a little bit more editing, but I don't know if my second draft is going to fully be complete. once I'm done tomorrow, and that is also okay. I think it was very ambitious of me to try and say that I was gonna get this draft all wrapped up in 1 month, but I think it's getting there, it's getting close, and I'm looking forward to being able to do a giant edit overhaul for the third draft because I'm already finding little cracks here and there I don't have the time to fix up, but I will get more into that later. I'm feeling good about finishing tomorrow. I went into today very anxious, thinking I wasn't going to be able to meet my word goal at all. So I'm very glad I got to spend a good amount of time this evening just focusing on that. And yeah, I will see you again tomorrow for the last day of Camp NaNoWriMo, but for now I am going to crawl into bed and have a nice sleep. Good night. Welcome to the very last day of Camp NaNoWriMo for this April. I just made myself a nice little breakfast. I've got some like Korean instant noodle soup with an added egg and some veggies. I'm trying a new flavor today, which is supposed to be less spicy than the regular one I normally get, and it's got these really cute little like raccoon fish cakes in it. So I'm excited to eat that. And then I just made myself a very basic London fog that's not iced because I don't have any ice right now and it looks very pale, but there is tea in here. So the plan for today is for me to eat my breakfast, enjoy that, and then I'm going to finish off writing the chapter I started last night, and then I'm going to evaluate how many words that gives me, see how far away from my goal I am, and then just carry on from there. Definitely my full complete second draft is not going to be finished today. I already know that, and I know that that's okay because I'm still going to continue working on it. I feel so much closer to having my second draft done now than I did at the start of the month. I feel like I'm seeing more of the big picture that I wanted to enter my third draft with, which makes me really excited. I also woke up this morning to some very sweet comments on my most recent Camp NaNoWriMo videos, and I just wanted to say thank you for those of you that have commented and left me the sweet words. I'm always just baffled when people write me such kind stuff because you don't have to do that, but you do whenever you leave me a comment or a like. It just makes me happy knowing that someone else, a real person, is out there who's watching my videos and enjoying them. Even if your comments are just a little hello or an emoji, they always mean so much to me, and it's just put me in a really good mood this morning seeing these really sweet comments, and thank you again for watching and for being here. For now, I'm going to get to my breakfast and then get on with the writing. So close to meeting my word count goal. I am now less than 700 words away. I was just typing away with that first chapter. I got the chapter done, and then kind of springing off of that chapter, there are kind of 2 more chapters I started doing, so there's more for me to add definitely going into finishing the second draft, but I've only got about 30 minutes before I have to run out and go run some errands and meet a friend. So I think for these last 700-ish words, I'm just going to be reviewing another chapter I came across, doing a few edits there, and then that'll be it for Camp NaNoWriMo. So I'm going to get to that and then check in with you very shortly. Also, I have no more tea left, so I just want to get this over with and done with. Done. Camp NaNoWriMo is done. I'm so glad I ended up finishing it in the end, even though it was very close. I'm glad I pushed through to get it all done. I wasn't expecting to see this fun little screen again, just like NaNoWriMo, but I lied. I didn't really end up editing a chapter. I just got really in the zone with the chapter I was going to edit, and I realized there was a bunch of stuff missing, so I just added onto it and ended up with 1,005 words extra. And here is the final little Notion calendar showing all the days I did write and all the days I didn't write. As you can see, there are many blanks where I didn't write, but that's okay. All that matters in the end, that progress was made. And I also met my goal, which was an extra bonus. So I guess that's it. That's the end of Camp NaNoWriMo for me. I'm glad I did it in the end. I definitely made more progress than I would have if I didn't participate in Camp NaNoWriMo, and although it was hard for me to be consistent with my progress, I'm glad I did it in the end. If you are doing Camp NaNoWriMo, whether or not you finished, I'm really proud of you as well for going through with the challenge and focusing on the story that you want to tell this month. However many words you got in, however many words you edited, you did great, and all progress you made, even if it was small progress, big progress, it's all progress towards the story that you want to tell. And that's what I'm telling myself too. I didn't meet the goal I set out to finish my second draft in Camp NaNoWriMo, but definitely I have put out more words than I would have if I didn't participate. So all that said, I know there is another Camp NaNoWriMo happening in July, and even just a few days ago I was already thinking that I wasn't going to participate in it because of how stressful this Camp NaNoWriMo was, but I think when I made the decision to stop treating it as something stressful and treating it as something that was beneficial to me and helpful, just kind of something to encourage me rather than like a deadline I would have at work or something where it'll be really detrimental if I don't meet it, when I kind of just gave into the process and started enjoying myself, I ended up having a lot of fun, and I'm glad it was able to help me get this far and add so many words to my manuscript. Unlike NaNoWriMo, I didn't think I was going to finish the challenge. Sadly, I didn't believe in myself as much as I did during NaNoWriMo, so I didn't pre-order myself some flowers, but I'm gonna go head out now. There are a few errands I have to run, a few groceries I want to get, but also I'm going to reward myself. There is a little microphone that I want to get for my camera that I told myself I would wait until the end of the month to get, and maybe if I see a bouquet of nice pretty flowers, I will get them too. If I don't see you later today, I just want to say thank you for watching this video. Thank you for watching all my other Camp NaNoWriMo vlogs, writing vlogs, any of my videos. Thank you for watching and coming along with me on this little journey this month. It's really meant a lot to me knowing that I'm not alone in this process and that you guys are out there writing too, or if you're not writing, you're out there supporting other writers like myself. And yeah, thank you for being here. If you enjoyed this video, it would mean a lot if you left me a little like, and please subscribe if you're not already subscribed for more videos in the future. Soon I will be wrapping up this second draft of my romance novel, and then we are on to the third draft. To be a lot of heavy editing, but I am excited for that whole process and what it'll bring. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!